Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen, I'm gonna show you how to make the perfect, luscious, silky buttercream frosting. So let's get started. First off, you have to address your powdered sugar. Whenever you open a bag, there's a chance it could be perfect and fluffy or full of rocks. If you wanna make the best buttercream frosting, you should always sift the powdered sugar, especially if you plan on piping it. Little clumps of powdered sugar will clog your piping tips and become a nightmare. I measured out 4 cups or 480 grams of powdered sugar. This makes enough buttercream to frost a 2-layer 8-inch cake or to have a generous amount of frosting for 12 cupcakes. You can easily scale this up or down as desired. And you see here, lots of little rocks. Those would have been a problem. This buttercream frosting is also known as American Buttercream, and it gets a very bad rap. It does not deserve a bad reputation. It can be silky, light, luscious, and perfect. Once your powdered sugar is sifted, you can address your butter. This is where things can go wrong. We're using 1 cup of unsalted room temperature butter. That's 226 grams. And when I say room temperature, your butter should be fairly soft, but you're having to press a little bit to make the butter yield. The butter is bendable, it's not gonna crack, and it's not so warm that it's melty. We are gonna pump a ton of air into this butter with our mixer, and that can only happen if it's the correct temperature. To my stand mixer, fitted with the paddle attachment, or a big bowl if you're using a hand mixer, add your room temperature butter. One of the main questions I get regarding buttercream is how do you get it to be nice and white? There's 2 things you can do. The first is pumping a lot of air into your butter. That will change the color. I'm also adding in half a teaspoon of salt so I can get some nice contrast. You can add less or more as desired. Start your mixer off on low just to get the butter creamed up. It takes a few seconds normally. And then we're gonna increase the speed gradually to medium-high. I wanna add a lot of air into here, and when I do that, I will have a whipped butter that is so much lighter in color and texture. It makes a big difference. A lot of times when people complain about American buttercream being gritty and kind of like too thick and unpleasant, the butter wasn't whipped, you're adding in too much sugar, and you're not adding enough liquid at the end because we will change the consistency of this buttercream just at the very end. We're gonna mix this up on medium-high for about 5 minutes, then we'll come back and I'll show you what a difference from the original butter. After 2 or 3 minutes, let's give the bowl a scrape down. I want everything to be uniformly creamy and amazing. I would say this is the most popular type of buttercream. Other options you have are Swiss and Italian, which are very delicate and lovely and have their own positives, but also their own drawbacks. American buttercream is the most versatile one you can make, and it can accept flavors really nicely. After 5 minutes, I have to show you the difference. Totally different colors. This is almost white. The original butter looks super yellow now. This alone will give you a much whiter buttercream, and as a bonus, it's gonna taste so much better and dissolve on your tongue and come out of your piping tip really nicely. Now we can begin adding our sugar in about half a cup at a time while mixing on low. We beat a lot of air into here. Now we can take it nice and slow. With any buttercream that you make, once it's done, it usually looks beautiful and silky and nice if you follow the recipe correctly. But after 10 minutes, even 5 sometimes, it can look frothy and full of giant air bubbles. We can lessen that in part by mixing on low right now, but there's also something you have to do if you let your buttercream sit out for more than a few minutes. Add your sugar in slowly. We're not in a rush here. If you're watching this video and you usually get your frosting out of a canister at the supermarket, you are going to be shocked by how much better this tastes. You will never want to go back. Night and day. Every once in a while, it's a good idea to scrape the bowl down. You want your frosting to be uniformly creamy, not unflavored butter on the bottom. And by the way, if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button. There's 2 new recipes every single week. After every cup or so of sugar that you add, let's add 2 to 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. Butter and sugar alone does not a buttercream make. You need something to help thin it out so it's more slack. In doing this, it'll dissolve on your tongue in a much more pleasurable way, and you will taste things that are better. It'll taste better, I swear. After the cream, add more sugar. You're just gonna repeat this until all the sugar is gone. You have a lot of choices for flavoring your buttercream. I'm gonna flavor at the very end so I can show you how the color is affected. I would say vanilla is the most popular thing. It's one of my favorite flavors, but it will darken your buttercream. That's fine by me. I do not mind having a slightly yellow buttercream. There are alternatives that are clear. You could use rose water, orange blossom water, which is a very traditional and old flavoring. It's delicious. You could do imitation vanilla, which is clear. I personally do not like that flavor, but to each their own. You could do coconut, or one of my favorites, almond extract. For almond extract, you're gonna add half a teaspoon and then taste and see if you wanna add more flavor. It's extremely powerful. A little more cream. If you want a citrusy or fruity flavor, you could add a fruit jam or preserve. I would start with a 1/4 cup and see how you like the flavor and color. Or you can make a fresh fruit reduction, allow it to cool, and add that in, again starting with a 1/4 cup. For orange or lemon buttercream, add the zest of 1 orange or 2 lemons just at the very beginning when you creamed the sugar, because you want to work the oils out from the orange zest. And instead of using just cream, you would use fresh orange juice or fresh lemon juice. Good. Let's add the rest of the sugar in now. I love a fresh fruit buttercream. However, you will get a very, very bubbly, frothy buttercream. So it's important to do the step I'm gonna show you and really get rid of those bubbles right before using your buttercream. I had 5 tablespoons of cream to start with. I have 1 tablespoon left, so let's check the consistency. First of all, this color and texture looks lovely. It's really beautiful and white. It looks like a cloud. It tastes great, and there's not even any vanilla in there yet. I'm gonna add the remaining tablespoon of cream while mixing on low. I love a really soft, luscious, and lax buttercream. If you're making a tall cake and you want more structure, add less cream so it's more strong. Okay. I'm also going to reserve a little bit so I can do a color comparison after the vanilla. For flavoring, I would suggest using 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. You could use 2 teaspoons if you would like it to be a bit more subtle. All my ingredients are in, and I've been mixing on medium-low since the sugar started going in. Let's take a look at the texture. This looks great to me, and here's the difference in color after adding in vanilla, because I know a lot of you are really concerned. No vanilla, vanilla. I can barely tell the difference. If you really want that more pure white, add in a small drop of either purple or violet food coloring. That violet is on the opposite side of yellow in the color wheel, and it'll cancel it out. It'll look more white. If your buttercream does not look beautiful and fluffy, you can run the mixer on medium for 1 minute and it'll whip up really nicely, but I don't think that's necessary for mine. If you're coloring your buttercream, add that food coloring in right now and mix on low until it's fully mixed in, scraping the bowl down so you have an equal color throughout. I'd also point out there are many ways to naturally color your buttercream. You can go the fruit method and get beautiful pink colors from strawberry reduction or jam. You can use freeze-dried strawberries that you process in the food processor. Fresh raspberry juice will also give you a lovely soft pink color. The list goes on. Just know that you'll be affecting the flavor, of course. This buttercream looks perfect right now, and it'll pipe perfectly too. I'm gonna leave this for 10 minutes and come back and show you how it changes and what you can do to fix that. After hanging out for 10 minutes, it looks perfect, but the moment you swipe it, you can see it's frothy and bubbly on the inside. You have a couple choices here. You can run your mixer on low for 30 seconds or so, or you can just use your spatula and give it a quick mix. Either way will give you a nice creamy frosting that's ready to use. The frothy stuff is a nightmare for decorating. It has a horrible texture. It doesn't pipe nicely, and this is frustrating. So only pipe your frosting or use it right after whipping it. This now looks perfect. When you fill a piping bag, do not be tempted to overfill it. Halfway filled at most. You can always add more, but it's a nightmare if it's too full and you don't have control. Once your buttercream's ready to use, you can smooth it over your cakes and cupcakes or pipe it up on high. Just start half an inch above whatever you're piping on and let gravity start for you. That peak is how you know it's perfectly done. If it's not, it'll break and you won't have a nice tip. And because we just re-whipped it, it has the most amazing smooth consistency. Your buttercream will last for 1 to 2 weeks if stored in an airtight container in the refrigerator, or you can freeze it for up to 3 months. When you want to use it, if frozen, thaw overnight in the refrigerator, and then bring it onto the countertop to come to room temperature. You will have to re-whip your frosting. It will have 0 texture. If it's broken, add cream a tablespoon at a time while mixing on low. And clearly, your buttercream is ready to enjoy. That is dangerously delicious. It just dissolves on your tongue. It is so delicious. I hope you get a chance to make some delicious buttercream with all the tips and tricks from this video. And if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button and check out my buttercream playlist.